Hey, this is where you got to show your maturity here now. Show your maturity. Great players come back. Don't look at nobody else. Look at Dex. Let's go. Long game, baby. No. I'm going to get you. I'm going to get him. No flop. Don't tell me it's on us. It's not on us. No way! You saw that! No way! He saw it! No way! You gotta be kidding me! Hurry up! Let's go! Hurry up! Let's go!
Looking, throws up the middle. And intercepted! At the 30! Derrick Brooks 30! Brooks to the 25! He's got Derrick Brooks all the way! There it is! The dagger's in! We're gonna win the Super Bowl!
It is time for Players Only, and LT and I are honored to have Hall of Fame linebacker and Bucs legend Derrick Brooks. Derrick, when you look at those clips, man, do memories come flooding back? Like, what are the feelings when you're watching that?
Well, Dave, first of all, I forgot how much I talk on the field. I did way more talking than I should at times, but no, it's always a pleasure to see those and know that, hey, we was a competitive team and, to be in a position of leadership on this franchise for a long time was truly humble to, like I say, pass knowledge back to the young guys at the same time, go out there, man, and lay it on the line and do the best I could week in and week out.
Man, somehow, D. Brooks, I never get tired of hearing those clips of you talking and talking about, I'm going to get him. That never gets old to me. But, D. Brooks, let me ask you, man, so the Bucs are getting ready to defend their title. Obviously, the first since Super Bowl XXXVII, your team did it. What's the biggest challenge this Bucs team is going to have to face this year?
You started right there, LT, at the beginning. They had to have the mindset that they're not defending. And anytime you listen to a Bruce Arians clips this season, it's all about, hey, this 2021 team hasn't done anything. It's about, hey, what are we doing now? You're not defending anything. You're going chasing 2021. And I think that mindset has been critical from the top all the way down. That's what they're focus on, to me, their biggest challenge. The next one I would say is the health. This preseason, one thing that showed that could come back to bite them is they didn't show a lot of depth, but productive depth. So when you did have a lot of guys playing that were quote unquote second, third team, when you're getting to that spot where it's the 28 through the 40 people on your rosters, they didn't play well in the preseason. Now, again, most say, well, they're not depending to play a lot of snaps, and that may be true. But we both know, all three of us know, during the season, that roster is going to get tested, through the health. And the Bucs, they stayed pretty healthy last year, too. Through all the COVID protocols, they were one of the teams that got through it, did not miss a lot of time, especially with key people. So I would say just their mentality of facing 2021, but I did not see a whole lot of productive depth this preseason, and they can get by with that, man. They're going to be tough to beat.
Derrick, I feel like it's a Bucs thing to just completely dominate on defense in the Super Bowl. Like, you think about your team, and you think about what the Bucs were able to do against really the Kansas City Chiefs, who no one has really been able to make Patrick Mahomes and company look like that. So you talk about what they have to do as they're going into this next season. How good can this defense be coming off of that Super Bowl victory?
David, I was, not only was I impressed, watching that game there live, but impressed that this offseason, this preseason, that is one of the key things that teams are going to be really, really challenged with in facing this Bucs defense. They have a very good mixture of veterans and young guys, whether it's through the draft with Tryon this year and the rush up front, getting another young body in there with veterans such as JPP. Shaq Barrett expected to have another big bounce back year, getting Sue back to go with Vita Vea, a young guy. In the secondary, that ended up being the key, in my opinion, those last 6 games going into the playoffs. That young group in the secondary grew up, and Coach Bowles kept them in successful positions to succeed. And that secondary only got better this offseason because everybody came back. Everybody developed. And that's something that I saw, whether it's in practice or in the game. Their defense is going to be the strongest point of their team. And, I can't not talk about a Bucs defense without talking about those two guys in the middle. Man, Devin White and Levante David, arguably one of the best combinations in the game today in terms of the linebacker position. Obviously, Levante, very good veteran player, underrated in my opinion in so many ways. But yet still now you have Devin White, an up-and-comer, who showed in last season's playoffs his potential when he's healthy. So to your point, yes, this defense can be very dominant, but it goes back again to that staff. Coach Bowles being able to keep every one of his staff members together, and the Bucs rewarded him with a nice extension to stay here a little bit longer. But I like what the defense is, and again, I would think they're going to carry this team first, especially early in the season.
Yeah, D. Brooks, you talk about those linebackers, and it's funny because, our era, we always talk amongst each other about which guys could have played in our era. Those two linebackers, they could have played in our era, man. Those guys can play. But I gotta ask you about Tom Brady. Obviously, it seemed like he's gonna play forever, D. Brooks. But I think the one thing about Tom is he seems to be getting better each and every year. So what has impressed you about the sustained level of play from Tom Brady?
For me, it's his pursuit, not just of perfection, but his pursuit in being the best from a daily standpoint. Yes, I've known Tom all these years, but guys, since he's gotten here, man, I've been so impressed with his ability to stay so focused in the moment, in the game of football. It's sometimes you can't even have words to see there, but just see it. For him to go through on a daily basis, that this is not a grind to him. He enjoys this process, the pursuit of it, whether it's his nutrition, whether it's body, whether it's training, whether it's practice. He is so into the moment sometimes, and this rubs off, on teammates. So I've been very impressed about how he's been able to stay focused, man, into the moment with every element of this game that it takes to do it. And yes, we're blessed that we have talent around him here in Tampa, that he get a chance to not just go in and say, hey, the game is on his shoulder, but just be there and quarterback this efforts, for these young guys. And again, when they hit all cylinders, they made plays for him. They went through a struggle last year where they were trying to figure out what type of offense is best under what circumstances. And, to everybody's credit, from Coach Leftwich to Coach Arians, Coach Christensen, they all got in the room together and said, hey, what is it that Tom do best to maximize this talent that we have here on offense? And again, we were able to see that going to the fourth quarter of last year. So, yes, Tom is, a very, very special player, no doubt about it. But the fact that he's been able to be a part of elevating these young guys through their leadership and their play has been truly remarkable, and something that I've been impressed with in the last 19 months he's been here in Tampa.
Yeah, I've been impressed with Tom Brady, for 20-some years. But speaking of being impressed, there's a certain video out there, D. Brooks, of Derek Carr jumping over you for a first down. Can you please tell me what happened on this play?
It wasn't my fault. Derek,
Yes. I remember. Oh, my God.
You got it. What do you give David here, D. Brooks? What kind of score would you give him?
I give David a 12 because I got talked about so bad in the film room on that Monday. But I was not alone because Rondé was right next to me. So he leaped off.
Well, that was the problem. I was looking at two Hall of Fame players, and I'm thinking, the first down marker's 5 yards away. I got no chance of taking these guys on. I can't slide and go back to the sideline. My only option is they won't think that I'll ever jump. So I just tried it.
You know what?
Wow.
Hey, Gus Gardner said, so obviously, you know, the jokes coming in, flying about is how David, you know, Superman does. And Mike stops and say, hey, we told you he was athletic. I said, of course.
I'm glad you guys didn't show the score of that game, though, because you guys took care of us there. I think that was the most productive play we had all day. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Thanks for coming on, Derrick, man. Really cool. Thanks for breaking down the Bucs and everything with the kickoff weekend. So excited to talk to you. Thanks again, man.
Hey, thank you guys. Anytime, man. And again, you guys are doing wonderful. And anytime I can be a part of this Players Only Circle, just let me know.